Importing Textiles and Apparel Requirements Guide. Welcome to our video on how to meet import requirements for textiles and apparel. In this video, we will discuss the different types of import requirements, how to determine which ones apply to your products, and how to comply with them. We will also provide tips on how to avoid common import compliance mistakes. Types of import requirements. There are a number of different types of import requirements that you may need to comply with when importing textiles and apparel. These requirements can vary depending on the country you are importing from, the country you are importing to, and the specific products you are importing. Some of the most common import requirements include: tariffs are taxes that are levied on imported goods. The amount of tariff that you will need to pay will depend on the Harmonized System (HS) code of your product. The HS code is a 10-digit code that is used to classify goods for customs purposes. Quotas are limits on the quantity of certain goods that can be imported into a country. Quotas can be used to protect domestic industries from foreign competition. Customs clearance is the process of clearing your goods through customs. This process involves providing customs officials with the necessary documentation and paying any applicable duties or taxes. Technical regulations are standards that must be met by imported goods in order to be sold in a particular country. These standards can cover a wide range of issues, such as product safety, environmental protection, and labeling requirements. How to determine which import requirements apply to you. The first step in meeting import requirements is to determine which ones apply to your products. The best way to do this is to consult with your customs broker or freight forwarder. They will be able to help you identify the specific requirements that apply to your products and provide you with the necessary documentation. How to comply with import requirements. Once you have identified the import requirements that apply to your products, you will need to take steps to comply with them. This may involve providing customs officials with the necessary documentation, paying any applicable duties or taxes, and ensuring that your products meet the relevant technical regulations. Here are some tips on how to comply with import requirements. Be prepared. Make sure you have all of the necessary documentation and paperwork in order before you import your goods. This will help to speed up the customs clearance process and avoid any delays. Work with a customs broker or freight forwarder. A customs broker or freight forwarder can help you navigate the complex world of import compliance. They will be able to help you identify the relevant requirements, provide you with the necessary documentation, and ensure that your goods are compliant. Be aware of the latest changes. Import requirements are constantly changing. It is important to stay up to date on the latest changes so that you can comply with all of the applicable requirements. Tips for avoiding common import compliance mistakes. Here are some tips for avoiding common import compliance mistakes. Don't assume that you know all of the requirements. Even if you have imported goods before, it is important to check the latest requirements before you import your next shipment. The requirements can change frequently, so it is important to stay up to date. Get help from a customs broker or freight forwarder. A customs broker or freight forwarder can help you navigate the complex world of import compliance. They will be able to help you identify the relevant requirements, provide you with the necessary documentation, and ensure that your goods are compliant. Be aware of the latest changes. Import requirements are constantly changing. It is important to stay up to date on the latest changes so that you can comply with all of the applicable requirements. Meeting import requirements can be a complex and time-consuming process. However, by following the tips in this video, you can avoid common mistakes and ensure that your goods are compliant with all of the applicable requirements.